Started with this. This reminds me of a publisher I knew a few years ago. This is Zitz, a comic strip in the United States. The dad says, I'm thinking about starting a blog, and he says, Dad, nobody just blogs anymore. You've got to do a vlog, add video. And then Dad says, okay, I'll do a vlog. And Jeremy says, vlogs are so old-fashioned. And the dad, also my friend the publisher, says, stop the internet, I want to get off. Well, 2-3 years ago, that's all I heard from publishers. Happily, I think everybody here now understands this is where we're going. This is where we are. It's not where we're going. This is where we are. And we just have to figure it out as it changes. I'd love to tell you I had all the answers, but I'd be lying. I don't have all the answers because even if I did, in 6 months, the answers will be different. Here's a quick true story. A prospect called me a couple of years ago, in the dying days of the Bush administration, from Iran. And he called me and he said he wanted some help. It's a company called Vasateh. They do online classifieds, online print classifieds in Iran, and so forth and so on. And after careful consideration, I decided I'm not going to Tehran. It was not a good time to go to Tehran. I'm not sure this is any better time. But what he said was very interesting to me. He made me think a little bit. He said, no matter what happens, people will always need to find a place to live, or buy or sell a car, or find an employee, or find a new job. The recession, the depression, things change, political situations change, but people will always need to do these basic human needs. The issue is how. Very hard to determine how that is going to happen in the future. So I ordinarily talk for 20 minutes about how you have to be on all different platforms and how mobile is coming and mobile is here and this and that and the other thing. I have eliminated all of that. In 30 minutes, I can't really cover all of that, and most of that was covered yesterday. So what I decided to do was focus on the innovators, people who have made important differences simply by doing one thing, or 2 things or 5 things, but I'm going to focus on one thing. And I had 13 mini case studies. I've cut it to 10, and actually I have a list here, so if I run long, I may have to skip down to 9 or 8 of them. They're very short. I can just give you a little bit of a nugget. In 30 minutes, you can't do a lot of depth and analysis, but let's go through them real quickly. This is about mobile and automotive. Cars.com already in the States has 10 to 15% of all of their page views are mobile. Now remember that in some countries represented here, mobile is the dominant screen. In the US, it's not dominant yet, but they're getting 10 to 15% of their page views are mobile. 75% of those people are looking at listings. So you have to make it incredibly easy on a mobile device to find what you're looking for, much easier than on one of these screens. The others are looking for location or dealership information. They have apps now for iPhone, Android, and BlackBerry. They found that they had a big surge in use in mobile in January, and they expect it to be again this January. And they couldn't figure out why, and then they realized all those people getting new phones for Christmas, all of them getting new holiday gift phones. So in January, big spike. So be prepared for a spike in your mobile traffic in January. They said dealers are doing a great job with text messaging to people who want to buy a car. They're using QR codes. How many of you are using QR codes? Anybody using QR codes? Is that strictly a U.S. innovation? It's just at the beginning, but there'll be a lot more of it over the next couple of years. And they're also using Foursquare. Foursquare is a U.S.-based, location-based service, but Foursquare has already started to go international, so they'll be coming around. They said consumers expect near real-time answer to text messages from the dealers. And you, by the way, play a very important role training your advertisers in consumer expectations. That's very important, because if they don't use these media correctly, it reflects badly on you, because they don't get the response that they need or want. If they use the media correctly and you've helped them do it, you've gone from being an advertising medium and somebody they place ads with, to a partner who helps them with their marketing. Cars.com also said a same-day response to email is okay. I totally disagree with that. When I was shopping for a car recently, I sent out emails. If I didn't hear back in 15 minutes, these guys were finished. They were done. They said mobile messages should be about buying right now, not about branding. It's not about branding. It's about what you want to buy right now. Okay, case study number 2. This is a company called Freedom Communications in the U.S. They bundled mobile and texting with print in certain categories. Foreclosures, unfortunately in California, home foreclosures is a very big industry right now. And of all things, obituaries, they put texting and mobile with the print, and they found that it really drove a lot of traffic, and there was a lot of high interest. They said mobile and text doubled classified revenue year over year. That's huge. I suspect there may not exactly be correct, but that's what they told us. This, by the way, was a long case study that we did in Classified Intelligence Report, and we publish Classified Intelligence Report, and we do much more detailed analysis. Obviously, I can't do much of it over here. We'll talk about that more later. Here's coupons. A case study on an opt-in SMS campaign for one day. This is a company called Shakey's Pizza in the U.S., and I do have a lot of international case studies in here as well. Shakey's Pizza in the U.S. did an opt-in SMS campaign for one day. They sent out 9,800 texts for a free pizza. Not a bad offer, right? Give people a great offer, you get great response. They got more than 1,000 redeemed. People walk in and saying, I want my free pizza. That's a better than 10% response. That's very, 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 very good. 1.5% of all coupons now in the U.S., I believe this is, are distributed digitally. They have redemption rates of 10 to 15%. That's much, much, much higher than traditional print coupons. Part of that is because they're targeted much more effectively and they're opt-in, but even so, that's a great response rate compared to 1% overall. This is Globrix. The guys who work with Globrix, are you in the room? Just raise your hand. Nope, they're not. Okay. Tell them I talked about them. Property aggregation site in Ireland. Their listings are free and they aggregate the data from a number of different sources. They provide home values, which was a first in Ireland, and local community information. They have a chart that plots the property value, and this is what Globrix looked like. Buy, rent, and know. Very simple, very elegant design. They offer the Google Street View. They were the first site in Ireland to offer Google Street View. I know there are a lot of privacy concerns about that in Europe. Frankly, there are privacy concerns about it everywhere. However, the Google Street View is available. You want to incorporate it into your property sites. It may be a very effective way to do it. They have an alliance with yourlocal.ie, which is an online directory, and they have property affiliates, findaproperty.com, and I did it again, UK Buy Rent, Prime Location, both of which are owned by DMGT, Daily Mail Group and Trust in the UK. Here's an automotive one. The Times Union in Albany, New York. It's a Hearst property. They focused heavily on auto with at Hearst. They decided auto was a category they really, really wanted to make an effort. They're using several different vendors, and they've had the same results or different results, but they've had very good results in their various markets. In Albany, they started doing a run till it sells for dealers. Now, most newspaper properties and classified print products don't do run till it sells for dealers because we need the recurring revenue. They're doing run till it sells for dealers. Lead generation, they're selling the leads and they're getting a lot of traffic and generating a lot of leads. They're doing behavioral targeting using Yahoo to get more traffic to the dealers and also target the people who are looking at automotive. For $99 a month, they're charging dealers to put their full inventory online. Essentially, that's a giveaway, but they wanted to make sure they had plenty of inventory in their online, and then they've moved some of it to print. They had a full-size, full-page print ad project and a 6-person sales team. In Albany, that's a very large sales team for automotive. They put the inventory on Craigslist even. In the U.S., most properties think of Craigslist as a direct competitor. They don't care. They put the inventory on Craigslist for the dealers in order to get more distribution of the ads. They use trackable phone numbers so that they can tell the dealers how many responses they're getting, and they created Facebook fan pages for their auto dealers. Wes Fries of Hearst said, "We ask dealers, what would it mean to you to turn over half of your inventory every month or to have 70 calls from people you couldn't reach before? We do this instead of product selling. We're not selling the product, we're selling results. We forget about features and we tell them about the benefits." Too often, our sales reps tend to sell the product rather than the results. Mike will talk about that too, I'll bet. The results they got, their current advertisers are spending more money with them. So they're getting 20 to 30 full-page ads every Saturday for automotive. Now, they used to be down to 3 or 4 pages. The automotive business has come up, but it hasn't come up that much. They did a very low rate to build up the marketplace again. They haven't yet gotten many new advertisers. They're just getting increased spend from existing advertisers, and they're up 12% year over year. Well, in automotive in the U.S., that is very, very, very solid. Okay, here's one that I get in my email box every single morning. This is a great case study. I've written about it, and I'd be glad to email you the piece if you want it. It's called What's for Lunch, and I recommend you sign up for this. Go to ShelbyCountyReporter.com. They send you daily hot deals about lunch every day just before lunchtime. It comes in at 10 o'clock in the morning. And they're in Central Time, I'm in Eastern Time, so it comes into my mailbox at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like ready to go for lunch right then. It's terrific. This is Shelby County Reporter. They put news in your inbox. You can check all sorts of different categories. I checked What's for Lunch, signed up, and boom, I get it every day. This is what it looks like. Comes in, just look, an email every day just like this. This guy is now open in Calera. It's rather a long email. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different offers every single day. They rotate them, and it's a terrific, terrific way to sell today's daily special. It's a different take on the daily deal, today's daily lunch special from their advertisers. This is the Wildfire Grill, 10% off. This is Moe's free side of queso with a purchase of an entree. This is Nino's Pizza, and it says, "Click my pizza." So I click the pizza, and lo and behold, I go to the Nino's website. Fabulous. I want to have pizza. It's great. It's a great way to do it. The results. This is a group of weekly newspapers outside Birmingham, Alabama. Not exactly a major market, and not a daily. How much do you think they raised? I'm going to, in the interest of time, I'll tell you. Their newsletters, they do daily newsletters and the daily lunch special. Their newsletters generate more than $300,000 a year in revenue, and their costs are in the low thousands. The margin on this is probably 90%. Tim Prince, their publisher, told me advertisers love it and readers love it, but when he launched the project, nothing happened. They said, we're going to do this What's for Lunch special. And nobody sold it. Nothing happened. And then he said, I remember what one of my mentors told me once. He said, nothing in this building is important until the publisher makes it important. And he said to himself, I'm the publisher. I'm going to make this important. So he told his sales reps, this is important. He explained why they had to do it. He helped them sell it. Now they're generating $300,000 a year in revenue at a very small property. That's not a very small property. That's a very, very, very nice piece of change. What does that have to do with classifieds? It's not cars, it's not homes, it's not jobs, it's not stuff. It has everything to do with classifieds. This is the new business model. Daily deals, specials, connecting with advertisers, connecting with audience. Everybody loves it. Job aggregation, company called CS Job. They are accepting feeds. They are doing job capture from employers. They have entered into some new multi-posting partnerships. So if you post on CS Job, you can post on a number of other sites as well. And they're using tools from Adizio. Where's their little sign? Bridget's here somewhere. This is what their site looks like. Here are the results. They started doing this a few months ago. They increased the number of listings they had by 300% within 6 months. They're doing upsells of listings, provided a whole new revenue stream for them. That's now 12% of their total revenue. That's a big, big change and a big, big growth. Here's one that's a big problem for newspapers in the States. Competing with free. We now have Craigslist, we have Backpage, we have eBay Classifieds. All of them charge the same for their ads. You know what they charge, right? Nothing. And Craigslist especially has become very powerful in a lot of markets. So what do you do to compete with free? This is a client of mine. They have something in the paper called Thrift Mart ads. The ads are free for items up to $500. They're private party only, no commercial advertisers in the Thrift Mart. They're all phoned in, which means they have 2 sales reps taking calls all day long for ads that run in their weekly newspapers for free. And they're paying these sales reps to take free ads. It works. A lot of you have people whom you pay to take free ads, but we're changing that a little bit. And the ads are posted online once a week. After they publish the newspaper, they post the ads. And there's a limit, 1 per month. Well, the last time I went to Craigslist, eBay Classifieds, Kijiji, they didn't say to me, you can only have 1 per month. So this is the way it's been done here. Now we're changing it. It's going to be free up to $500. And there's going to be a Thrift Mart Plus for ads for items up to $2,500. The free ads will run in print on a space available basis. If you want to pay for it to run, you guarantee placement, it's just $10. So the marketplace will grow. You can post a lot more ads. We'll have a lot bigger, more vibrant marketplace. $10 to place an ad guaranteed in print. Otherwise, it'll go online, maybe in print. Most will go in print, but eventually we'll cut back on that. Self-service ads, go online and place your own ad. That is free. Place it by mobile. We don't have that yet, but we will. That'll be free as well. There are upsells everywhere. You can buy featured listings. You can buy this and that and the other thing. Phone placement is going to cost $10. So you can still place a free ad, but if you call to talk to somebody, you pay $10. EasyJet does that. Delta does that. If you want to talk to a human being, you pay for it. There are no more limits on the number of ads. Place 50 ads a month, we're happy with you. You can place as many as you want. The section will grow. Our online ads will grow as well. We're going to go from 1/2 page. We expect to reach 2 pages in about 6 months. And it's great for readership. It's great for developing the audience. We're going to encourage commercial ads. Now, those are going to start at $10 and go up, but they're not free, but they're going to be very inexpensive. You can place all you want. There's a fee for guaranteed print placement, and there's a self-service or $10 phone fee. It launches this month. We're also resetting garage sale pricing. We're going to have a platinum, silver, and gold combination, so you can pay $10, you can pay $25, you can pay $40, whatever. And again, there's a $10 phone fee. We're going to skip Ventura Star, and we're going to go shift 5, 7 to apartments. Apartments.com, I don't know how many of you use tracking numbers for people who call. I see a few hands. It's very popular in the U.S., so you can tell what your results were. There are some privacy issues, and there are different rules in different countries, but Apartments.com was using national phone numbers, 800 or 877, 866 tracking numbers. They switched to a local telephone number for apartments for rent, flats for rent. And they found that they get caller identification anytime there's a tracking number used. They can track the duration of the call, the status, whether it was answered or went into voicemail, call recordings, their upsells, and that sort of thing. Their vendor is ATG. The results were on local numbers, as opposed to an 800 or 877 number, they got 11% higher response than the national toll-free number. And this is bizarre. They got a slight lift in email response as well when they did local telephone numbers. You'd think it wouldn't make a difference on email, but it did. They're going to complete the swap in the next few weeks, going from all national numbers to all local numbers. My final case study is VLAN in Belgium. It's a recruitment, it's a multi-purpose site, real estate, automotive recruitment, etc., shopping and dating. They started sending out recruitment reminders when the ad was placed. They automatically email the advertiser as soon as the ad runs online. The client can modify or enhance their ad. They offer upsells and response checking tools so people can go in by themselves and check the responses. This is not uncommon, but they remind the advertiser, here are the tools that you can use to check your ads. They're called web accounts. In the first month, their job listings increased 90%, their job applications up 85%, their overall visits are up 34%, and again, it's powered by a DCO. Here are the 2 action items I'm going to give you. I could give you about 20, I'm going to give you 2. Number 1, it is no longer enough to deliver results. You now have to be able to prove to your advertiser that you have delivered those results. You have to be able to demonstrate those results and prove it to your advertiser. The other is always, always, always focus on what your advertisers need, and that's results. Going to wrap up now. This is a button that I saw at a conference given out by a company called AdMall in the States. I have a few of them if you'd like them. We used to be known as Classified Intelligence. We're now the AIM Group. Katja, wave your hand. Katja's our Europe director. She's based in Munich, down the block from you. She's been with the AIM Group since 2002. That scared the heck out of me when I saw how long she's been here. She's our European classified expert. She's in the middle of the room. I'm around for the next couple of days if you want to talk to us. We do sales training. We do pricing and packaging, web and print products, development launches, website reviews, vendor analysis, competitive analysis, and we do a program we call 5 Things You Can Do Now to Raise Online Revenue. Classified Intelligence Report. Some of you receive it. If you don't, talk to me about it. It's our primary product. ICMA members get a discount on CIR and also on consulting services. If you passed in your business cards to the center. Marta or somebody can pick them up. I'll pull 3 names after Mike's presentation or after the Rising Stars. You can get a report, one of our recruitment, automotive, real estate, social media, et cetera, et cetera. If you put in your card, I'll send you our weekly free reports that a lot of people get. I have a few of these buttons if you want one. And I will email you a handout. So I'll wrap up with one of my favorite interactive media philosophers. Alan Kay said this: the best way to predict the future is to invent it. We're out of time. I knew that was going to happen. So I'll have Q&A later. I'm around for 2 days. Thanks to Shay very much for having me. I love coming in. Thanks to all of you for the audience. This is me.